What's up YouTube, my name is Bexy, and today I'll be bringing you a video guide about, or basically as a follow-up to a Reddit post I made yesterday that talked about how I blocked my Nexus, and I wanted to basically shed some light on why I did it this way, how I did it, and why it's probably not the best thing to do, but we'll get to that later. So I want to show you guys, because there's like a couple of rewards, and I have like this thing set up right now, which I kind of treat as a farm. But this is what I wanted to achieve. So basically there was a big discussion on Reddit as to why this would ever be worth it, because you can only spawn lesser valuable rewards like this because they're all super close to your nexus, and people were saying it's better to leave out the corner so you can travel further in the corner or one direction. So you can still spawn bosses and like get the very valuable rewards, get more chests, because the only thing that changes pretty much is there's 3 types of rewards as far as I know, because I haven't bothered with the Nexus too much this league. I've only started to when I started doing this. There's 3 types of rewards, so basically you can get any kind of chest, whether it's fossils or scarabs or stupid chests like armor pieces or whatever. You can get that anywhere. So you can get that like right here, but you can also get that right here. It doesn't change. The only difference is that when it spawns over here, you're gonna get like no chests. When it spawns over there, you're gonna get like a lot of chests, like 5 to 6 or even more. I don't know. Maybe 8 I think is the maximum. Probably you can get more, but that's the most I've seen. And they can also have like very valuable items, and apparently that's really good. I don't know if it is. I can't really talk about that too much. But the reasoning why I wanted to achieve this kind of setup was because I figured the character I'm playing right now wants to go to 100 eventually. I really like doing my Elder Creator maps. I really like mapping with the build. It's a build that's focused on stacking Headhunter buffs for Beyond maps. So do I really want to spend a lot of time in the Nexus? And the answer was no. And then if I want to spend time in it, but I don't want like, gobble pieces to puzzle around and like play it for like 2 hours straight. I think I initially thought that I would have enjoyed, just picking up these rewards every 4 maps, something like that. Now, basically that's what I have set up right now. So this is the inner circle. This is the outer circle. All right. So what this does is this allows me to have 8 spawn pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Flying. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the points where rewards can still spawn. Why is this? I'll try to explain you. So basically, a reward node, as you can see here, will always only have one entrance or exit, whatever you want to call it. So there's an unseeable or an invisible row over here, but it can never spawn there because like it has 2 connections, right? So no matter how you flip the reward node, it doesn't fit here. Can't fit here either because this has no connection. Same goes here. Can't go there. Now then, there's a row of nodes over here, and there's one over here. This road again gets blocked by the fact that every single piece of or every single point of this nexus has 2 exits. So no reward nodes here. Same thing goes here. Can't spawn here because it can't access this node. Can't spawn here because it has 2 accesses. Here, same thing, and then go around. It's the same thing. So we basically block 2 roads in between the circles. We block the outside, and then it only leaves us with the little piece of workspace we have in the middle. Now, I haven't really, or to my what I think is farming, I haven't really farmed enough to figure out how good this is. But since there was like a lot of questioning about how do I do this and whatnot, I decided to make a quick video about how to do this and what I think it can be used for. Now, there's a couple of things that are very important for me to mention before we go further on in the video. First of all, in the first, give or take 3 weeks of the league, I did nothing but play in my group and we tried to make money. So this involved, we did memories in the map, but we never entered Nexus. Maybe in like downtime or something, like in downtime, maybe I did like 3 of these things, and that's pretty much it. So for someone who understands how zoning in, zoning out, placing memories, juggling memories in your queue and whatnot works, you can shave off a lot of time. It took me 12 hours but I rewatched my VODs to pick up a couple of screenshots for you guys. And basically the first 8 hours of it I wasted, because if I would do it right now, I would do that first part in an hour maximum. And then I got really unlucky, quotation marks, unlucky at some point, because I was almost done and I spawned a node over here because I never blocked this piece. So I had everything done, but this one I think, or something like that. I spawned a node over here. It was fine because I could just come here, respawn this one, and we're good. If you don't have these blocks, I had a node that spawned like this, so I had to come from the outside, which meant I had to replace this node. Then initially I didn't have a piece to get here. By the time I had it, I had a node connected here, I had a node connected here, I had a node connected here, and like everything was fucked, and I had to like start clearing out my entire thing again. That happened twice, which is really unfortunate because at that point there's like at least 20 spawns of like memories that are still available, and there was only 1 or 2 spots where I had it, right? I had to like not spawn it to not screw me over with the pieces I had to travel. So I lost a lot of time there as well. That being said, just to make sure I don't forget it, if you want to do this, regardless of what you do, regardless of how you tackle it, because I think the outer ring is always a given in, I think, almost any situation, maybe at least 3/4 of it, so you can leave one corner open to spawn a boss. Whenever you place a corner piece, make sure you place your 2 adjacent block pieces, because whenever you spawn something over here or over there, that doesn't really matter. But if you're stuck in a corner where you want to place 2 nodes, 2 specific nodes, it gets really confusing and really annoying to clear. Like, the thing is, I don't have a lot of spatial awareness. This is a quality or a perk I don't have, so I'm not super good at explaining this. But trust me, from like puzzling quarry pieces into my Nexus for 13 or 12 hours straight, I can tell you, if you put a corner piece, make sure you block it both ways. Alright, so that being said, I'll pull up my screenshots right here. Not right here, right here. So let me see. This is what my Nexus looked like when we started doing this. So at this point I had 19 rewards. These 19 rewards eventually all had to be cleared out, because none of them were actually, is there not one we saved? No, there's not one we saved. We had to clear them all out, because even this one, which is not really an issue, I had to clear out because of pieces issue. This is how we started. The first thing I did was I cleared out these 2, went here, put a corner piece, never put the block, which eventually, this is the corner actually that ended up screwing me over. Never putting in this block, and I went left. I think the second screenshot should show that, or one of them. Yeah, this is how I started initially. So I went up, I cleared out whatever was on the path. So I cleared out this one, this one, this one, to have more space to travel there. I traveled over there, and I started putting in pieces. And you can see here, this is the first mistake I made. I put a 1 charge corner piece in the corner. I should have not done that, because in hindsight, if it would have been a 2 piece, fixing the annoying part that spawns over here would have been way easier. But now I obviously can't run it to clear a piece left or right if I don't put in a blocker. So I had to come up with another piece exactly like this, right? Like if it would have happened over here, it's another argument, is that whenever you need to replace a 4-ways, you spawn like, I don't know, 6 or 7 quarries and you get it, right? Whereas if you want to spawn this exact 3-way, which I had to do, that can take you like 40 quarries, and in those 40 quarries, your entire Nexus is going to be filled with memories again, right? Okay, so this is what I did at the start. This is how I started. I went here, and I made sure I had like 2 of these L pieces to bridge. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm going to put up a 4-way here, I'm going to put an L here, I'm going to run the L, as long as it has more than 1 charge, because otherwise it'll decay and I can't go back. I'll clear out the reward, go back, put like a 4-way in to block, and then go on and go on. Like actually, once you get here, it's rather convenient. Like it doesn't take too long. Like this is me not knowing anything about the Nexus at this very moment. I also don't understand why I have this here. Oh, I probably have to puzzle. Do I have the other piece? I don't have it actually. I don't know. I have like a random piece here, which is not the right one. But yeah. So basically, I got to here on my first Nexus trip. which again I think is a mistake because I think you should do it like this. I think this is more optimal. Like blocking an L rather than a line is, I think, better and will save you a lot of annoying spawn points. So yeah, I put up one L. This part took me a long time because I mean I had to draw. I mean maybe I have one still. No, paint's like I don't have one anymore. But I can show you here, I think, which is a later part of the video. I had to do this because my spatial awareness is like non-existent. So I drew in paint. So we set up the first circle, and then we continued. And then I think the next screenshot should probably be like a full. Yeah, this is where I have set up the entire outer circle. I guess my webcam blocks a little bit on the screenshot as well. Kind of annoying, but there's nothing I can help right now. So here I have the entire outer circle. Now if we see it's 4 AM over here, do I have a screenshot where it has the time? Yeah, this is like, I started doing it 6.5 hours earlier. But again, this is me having no spatial awareness, having no knowledge with the Nexus, and like not really understanding how good I could recycle pieces, because if I see how easy it was for me to set up the last 3 rows in one go of the inner circle, I am pretty sure you can do this a lot faster if you have knowledge about how you can place nodes and then recycle them, and you know, you can play around with the nodes a lot, so you can min-max your charges by a lot, which I didn't do at the start. You can see that as well, like having a 2-way here with like 2 charges, I wasted a charge there and whatnot. So after that, what I did was, like, now you're gonna have like a clusterfuck, right? Like, there's so many reward modes you're gonna have to clear out. And initially this looked like I was panicking. I was like, how in the world am I ever gonna fix this? Then once you look at it, like the left side looks very intriguing, right? Because there's like so many. But the left side's actually the easiest one. Because once you get here, you know, straight, like straight 4 ways. Once you get here, have a 3 charge 4 ways. The 4 ways doesn't decay or the charge doesn't go away. So once you have this zone open, you can just clear all 3 of them. You can put in whatever piece you want here. If I'm correct, this is the place where you want an L piece. Yeah, you want an L piece here, right? Yeah, kind of. So, where was I? Here. So you just clear all of this out. And then you want your L piece to go like this. So you just go this way, right? You can go whatever node here, put a 4-way here, and then you can put your first L in. Right? You put your first L in, you run back to the zone you already have right here. You put your end piece in, which is a straight line. I don't know if I have that somewhere. I probably have this one it's saved over here, which is gonna end up over here. And then you can just continue going, because once you have your thing, the L's actually here, I think. Yeah, the L's here. Once you have your L's, you can just do L, clear it out, put another one, like another travel piece, put your second L, clear this one out, put a travel piece, put a travel piece here. Like, it's really, really smooth, because there's always like 2 or 3 charges on your nodes, and they don't like go away. So you can run in, run to the node you want to clear out, and then just run back, and you won't lose a charge because your zone will still be open, and you can go back, remove it from your board, put it in your bag, and put your actual node in, and then you can recycle that same zone every single time. So yeah, I think I ended up doing only the left side here, because at this point, this is where I'm fixing the corner still, by the way. Like, this is the spawn I mentioned that like kind of screwed me over. This, like, not the worst one though. The worst one was bottom corner, but this is the end one where I have to like clear all of this, and then I also like have to redo my corner because I spawned this node, and this is 1 charge. So once I run it to clear out the guard zone, this will decay. So I have a backup now. So this is me planning out how to do it. So yeah, go straight down, then put 1 L over here, and you L it up. No, it's actually, yeah, this is the L, but you can L like this. How you do it. So once you understand how it works, it's really easy. Obviously, there's a bit of RNG involved, because you could do, like, theoretically speaking, you could do 100 quarries and look at a single LP need. The outer sides, like every single piece you're not actually gonna keep, like the smaller than signs on the paint, you could use squares for them, right? Because like if you want to put an L, is it over here, this one, then that one, like you can put a 4-way here to travel. It doesn't matter. On my drawing I use like 2 ways, but you can also just, this doesn't matter. The only pieces you need are inner pieces, the ones you actually want. So initially I did this. I also fucked up a little again, which I didn't notice at the time. This is a 1 charge and you can spawn a reward here. So eventually I'll have to clear this out. It's not a big deal though, because you can just travel here, you can put it in your bag, put a 4-way and clear it, go back to this node, put the 1 back. It's like really easy actually, it's not complicated at all. To put the 1-way in. But actually no, what I ended up doing was I cleared out all my rewards, I put a 4-way here, I removed it, put a 4-way here, went here, which then went away, went back to my 4-way, made sure I put an L here to start traveling, or a 4-way, I don't know, just to start traveling right, and then I put the piece back. Yeah, I didn't end up having to recycle this because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this piece still exists. So that's what I'm saying. This is something I did not realize at the start when I started doing this. When I see this, or when I saw this 25 hours ago, I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to farm another piece like this because I'm gonna have to run it to actually get to this node. But that's not true. Because you can put it in your bank, you can replace it by other nodes which get you to this node, and eventually you can just put it back by running the zone that is already open. So here, what I did here, because this is when I think this is the first time I actually started playing well, considering the blocking. What I did here was I locked in my entire thing. This is also a pretty bad screenshot because I think it's not the final one. I'm saying this, and this is not relevant because I can't really explain all of that, but this piece had to be a 3 charge because this eventually goes here. Over here, sorry. I don't know. There's gonna be a reward that spawns over here, which is gonna require me to have this 3-way over here, or this 2-way, sorry, over here. But since I need it as well, or I didn't want to bank on it being a 1 charge because I could run it here, I ended up replacing it by a 3 charge. Yeah, the point I was trying to make here is, I ran this node, locked this one in, so it had 3 charges. I ran this node, locked this one in. This is only 2 charges because it's an actual piece I needed. And then I replaced these 2 pieces, same goes here by the way, with new ones. I would only have 3 charge pieces in my entire route I could still set up in my Nexus. So what this means is I have 10 pieces in my invo, which I didn't take a screenshot of, which is probably kind of bad. I'm sorry about that, but they're mostly either 4-ways or they're actual pieces. What this did was, it gave me a lot of actual charges on travel pieces that I could recycle into traveling, right? Which I didn't do initially. So what that ended up doing was, after I cleared out this, and then this thing, this, I put like a travel, I put this node over here, put a 4-way in, cleared these 3 out, and then that allowed me to instantly have almost an empty Nexus. I also realized at this point that this is the only annoying one, because these 2 are like naturally cleared when you're building. This one faces the wrong way, so I had to think about how am I getting to this node and which exact pieces do I need to use to get there, and can I do that? And the answer was yes, because in one go, this is what I ended up with. So I ended up deleting this piece and this piece, which were blockers, because I made a mistake here. So I had 4 decaying 1 charges, and if I didn't fuck up a single one, I could go from here, this is what I ended actually, to completing it. But I failed one of them, and then it decayed on me. Then, yeah, I mean, I didn't have enough pieces anymore to actually get there. Because I ended up being here, I think. But I ended up being at this side. And I couldn't actually get back to the L part or something. I don't know. Anyhow, I fixed this mistake over here. This thing. And then I placed all of these in one run. So it's a lot of pieces to like actually get right. And then obviously this is not that worse because you just farm over there. Make sure you get there. You get this piece. You know, this is pretty convenient. Put a 4-way over here. Put your straight in. Travel this way. Put your L in. So that's how I did it. I think if you have some Nexus knowledge, it's gonna be super easy to set up. It's gonna take time, right? Because you need to farm the actual pieces. Like, there's no way around the fact that you need 24 ways on your outer ring, and like probably another 15 4-ways as travel nodes and stuff like that. But if you have a general idea about the Nexus, it's gonna go pretty convenient. And then if you have some spatial awareness, which I have none of, like this is not a joke, I don't have that. I can't visualize any of this. I need to actually mouse over like how does this connect. I just don't have that perk or that asset, whatever. It's gonna be really easy. Now as to why I think I did it, basically it was I didn't really think it through, because again, I don't think this is the most optimal setup for 99% of the players. And even if it works exactly like I now want it to work, after I did it and after I figured out how it could be good, I still don't think it's the most optimal way to do it. But what I did right now, and what I'm trying to do right now, is so basically, as long as I have 2 corner pieces, I can make an L together. I can set up a, this is like a bad example because my corner pieces only have 2 charges, but basically I don't really care that much anymore because I just want to try it out and see how good it gets, to get the information out there and then swap to another setup. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using this as a farm, or I think Reddit calls it a ranch, which maybe is more understandable. So once I have this set up, I block out this reward node, this one, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reward nodes left. I might change the strategy and I might just pull them out, you know, because like I don't know if it's a good idea to only have the 5 because it takes a while to spawn them. I'm also playing a pretty annoying build for this because I'm wearing a headhunter and I'm like always super big, and then I walk into the soup when I'm farming memory fragments in my 6016 maps. So that's not ideal. But so basically, assuming this is assuming you get any like this connection, like it could be here, it can be here, or it can be anywhere on the circle, right, or on the square, right? But you have to just have 2 corner pieces that connect to one another, like that could connect pretty much, and then you put a 4-way in the middle, and you're good to go. And you can put that anywhere. But assuming you get these 3 pieces in any form in 5 maps, let's say 5 to 7 maps, I'm pretty sure you can do a juiced up 3 nodes every 5 to 7 maps. And I do think that's pretty good because I did it once. Like I don't know what the average like profit or turnover is. I did it once and I picked up like 250 kills. If you can do that every 5 maps, obviously it's an IRA3, right? So every 5 T16 maps, that's pretty good. Even then though, I think the Nexus can be more profitable. I haven't really played around with it too much with what I'm going to do next. But I think I'm going to probably keep this for a day or 2. See how good it is. See how much money I make on average. And then especially because like the thing is that I think her name is Selena Gomez on Reddit, is the one who made this tool. Amazing, by the way, like this tool. He said I got like no help or whatever, and all the research or all the assumptions I use in this tool are my own. That's from Octavia, I think. Shout out to him. So I want to like, there's a couple of questions that people have, like, can you get valuable memories disposed? Like, can you get every single type of reward node disclosed? Yada 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 yada. So I want to have that information before I start moving it. Like another piece as to why I went for this setup first is because if you look at the setup, like it's really, really easy to move it. No matter where you want to start, they always connect to one another to like easy nodes. You know? Like if I can put, again, I'm bad at this, so this is gonna take longer than it would for an average guy. I can put this node here, right? But I can also put this node here. Or I could put this node here. Like, it's so easy to travel once you break one of your nodes up. So no matter what I want to do with it afterwards, it's really, really easy to move my thing around. Like, so I'll show you quickly, and I'm gonna wrap up the video because it's been a while. I didn't want to make it like super long, but I like talking, so there's that. What I think I'm doing is something like this. Why are these red? I don't even know that. But something like that. And then what? Not like that. Why does this? This? Whatever, you get the point of it. I have to like thoroughly check out how I make it so that this won't happen. I think it's because you need to put a node here. Whatever. I'm not gonna figure it out right now. I'm just trying to say that eventually I will try to set up that pretty much probably delete this one as well. Then I think the play is to do this, right? And then whatever node, what node fits here? This one. Something like this as a farm or a ranch, whatever you want to call it. I might as well block this entire thing. I don't know if you can do that, but maybe I can. But whatever kind of node, so I don't ever have to go down there. But yeah, that's what I'll eventually do that. I think to make sure that I will only have rewards here, but I can still spawn bosses, very valuable rewards. Maybe spawn like 4 or 5 at a time to go pick up. So eventually the setup is going to change. I want to point out again that as to my knowledge right now, which is like only 1 5 model zone in and like 2 reward chests, I don't think this is the best strat. Maybe this opinion will change, but if it does change, I will make sure to make a new video explaining to you why I think it's good. For now, it's just me testing around and like trying to give back to the community and like, you know, helping the guy who made the tool out to like figure out which rewards actually spawn, which don't spawn, how often do they spawn, is there a do they spawn more often far away than close by, for example the good ones like fossil scarabs and whatnot. How reliable is this, like, which is potentially a 9 node farm compared to a 14 node farm, which you usually do, and all these kind of, like, I enjoy playing around with that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. After I wrap up the video, I'll be trying to you know, do some 16s, see how good the spawning is. I will probably try another bunch of 16s without having the farm set up to see if it's faster, which it is, and whatnot. So yeah, without further ado, I think I basically told you guys everything I wanted to tell you. Yeah, again, I don't think it's the best thing to do, but it's definitely something to do, and I think it's a lot better than having nothing in your Nexus, because that's like, I don't know, I didn't really like having that. But this doesn't spawn bosses, it doesn't spawn like OP rewards, it doesn't allow you to travel around in your Nexus and whatnot. It requires specific pieces inside of your Nexus to make it work once you have it set up. But it was a test, and so far, I don't hate it. That being said though, again, I think I told you guys everything I needed to tell you. I'm sorry for it being like a one take, me just talking. There's no editing going on here, but I wanted to get it out fast. Yeah, I'm sorry for like not having anything fancy or whatever, but I hope you enjoyed watching regardless. If you have any questions, make sure to hit me up on stream on twitch.tv/pxe or leave a comment, drop a like. I'll try to get back to the comments after, you know, when I have some time, which will be after stream today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I thank you for watching, and catch you in a next video.